MMAWeekly.com. Damon Martin here with the UFC bantamweight champion Dominick Cruz. Dominick, here you are in your fourth consecutive title defense. You're coming off a very emotional fight with Uriah Faber. How does this fight differ for you, just, you know, when you don't have so much emotion involved and so much kind of personal beef going into it?
You know, I think it works in my favor actually a little bit more because I tend to stay a little bit more focused, a little bit more in check of what I need to be doing in there in the fight. Not that I wasn't for the Faber fight, but there was just so much going on. I just really wanted that kill, that finish, and I was just trying to go in there and just put a beating down and keep the forward pressure. And I made some openings for myself during that fight because of it. So I think I'll just be a lot more composed in this fight, sticking to the game plan and very focused.
A lot of people look at this as a little bit of Frankie Edgar, BJ Penn. You know, a guy who's coming in undersized for the weight class, an underdog, and a guy who's a very dominant champion. How is this going to be different for you, being that incumbent champion, than maybe what BJ Penn suffered against a guy like Frankie Edgar?
This is different because I'm not BJ Penn and he's not Frankie Edgar. I mean, that's the truth. He does bring a lot of weapons into this fight, but I'm prepared for all of them. I've trained the entire camp to be prepared for a guy like him, and really the height and reach and the way that I fight is going to give him a lot of problems.
You've obviously been very dominant in all your fights. I mean, the Faber fight was probably the closest fight you've had in your last few title defenses. Joseph Benavidez obviously put up a great fight as well. But do you feel like going out there and dominating somebody like Demetrious Johnson, finishing him, or really just, you know, putting a 50-44 type score on the board, is that kind of the plan? Is that kind of the way you want to dominate this fight?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do every single fight. If I don't get the finish, I'm trying to embarrass you for 5 rounds and get a dominating victory, like, no doubt. So absolutely, I'm trying to go out there and just finish the fight ASAP. Plain and simple.
What does it mean to you, to be the bantamweight champion, to headline your second straight card like this? You're back on Versus, which is obviously your home with the WEC. So far at the UFC, it seems like you've had a pretty good time so far.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Being part of just being in the UFC is a dream come true. And really, I'm working with the UFC, and we're slowly but surely we're building this 135-pound division up. It's getting more and more well known now that the Ultimate Fighter show is on, with featuring the 135, 145-pound fighters. The knowing of our weight class is just going to grow, and people are going to be really tuning into the way we fight, and I think respecting the way that we fight. We go out there and lay it all out on the line, and people are going to start recognizing that.
Last question: how does this one end on Saturday night?
I see my hand raised at the end of the fight. I'm going to put a beating down on Demetrious Johnson.
Thank you, Dominick.
Thank you.